Hey y'all, I'm Miss Bryant. I'm so excited to have you here in AP English Language with me next year. So I just wanted to give you a short little video that's going to go over everything that's going to be expected of you. So first I'm going to take you directly to the AP Google Classroom page. This is the most important page. You'll see everything here that you need all summer long. Okay, so let's go through it. So this is what we call the magazine project. And I'm just going to flip through some of these, let you see what they look like. You can see this one on my screen here. This is her front cover. This is how she develops it. There's her little letter from the editor. And as we go through, you're going to see that there's a lot of writing in here. This one picked mental, really more so dealing with stresses on teenagers and the psychology behind that, the stress that y'all go through as you go through high school. So you see that there's a lot of articles throughout here, and that's basically what you're doing this summer is you're planning these articles. You're not writing the articles. You're not going to do that until we start the school year. I'm going to walk you through that process step by step throughout the whole semester. But for the summer reading assignment, I figured let me give y'all something that's really going to be helpful for you throughout the entire school year. So you're going to do the research portion of this project. Okay, and so this is just some few examples of what this research project will end up looking like. Okay, let me flip back. Okay, so if you're interested, what you want to do is you want to go through here and look at the exact instructions for your project. This is going to be a 20-page magazine. It will be about a debatable, societal, or historical topic. Completely up to you what you choose. I will say it is worth a large portion of the class, like point-wise. So if you do not do it, you really cannot pass the class. Just to give you an idea, the world is your oyster. You can cover whatever you're interested in. I will say that the intent is to really build your knowledge about the adult world. And so I do encourage y'all to not pick pop culture topics, religious topics, or topics that are really just stuff that teenagers know. What you're going to see throughout the school year is you're going to see that a lot of the information that you gain from this project, you're going to be able to use in your essays. And so you want to sound as informed and as knowledgeable as possible. And the more you start talking about teenage topics, the less you're going to sound informed and knowledgeable about the adult world. So there are a couple of y'all that have signed up for very teenage focused topics. I would actually suggest you maybe consider changing. Here are all of the in-depth requirements. It goes through with you what each page requires. You can read over that at your leisure. I don't like to give my students ideas, but just because y'all are going to be looking at this over the summer, I wanted to give you just an idea of what some of the topics you can cover are. But here's the thing. You are welcome to do different topics that you want to choose. While I've had students that cover human trafficking, you can take a different angle with this. I've had students that they know that they want to go into marketing in their adult world. And so they cover marketing, but they also can cover the finances that approach it. You can talk about business practices and how businesses could really flourish using marketing. So you can take these broad topics and narrow them however you want, or you can do your own topic as long as it's not pop culture, religious, or something that's very teen focused. Remember, we want to show how knowledgeable you are and gain some knowledge for this class. So we really want to see topics that are more so about the adult world. Okay. If you have any questions about the explanations here, just send me an email. Again, you're not doing this project over the summer. The only part that you're doing is the research to prepare you for this project. Okay. So with that in mind, let me show you what the research looks like. Right here, you're going to want to sign up. This is where I get to see exactly what it is you're thinking about writing about. I want a justification just so I can see a little bit more in depth exactly what you're talking about covering, because some of you may want to cover nutrition like we see right here. She may want to cover nutrition. Somebody else maybe want to cover nutrition, but maybe they want to take it from a different angle, like non-GMO foods. Are they safe for us or not? So I want to see the details of what you're thinking about. I need your email over here in the corner just so I can email you if I think you need to change your topic. And there's a few of y'all that I'm going to email about changing your topic. Real quick, let's look at the submission section. So right here are your instructions for your submission section. This is the document that you're going to type on directly. Here's the instructions. You're going to pick 10 to 15 sources. I would actually encourage you, the more sources you have, the more information you have to take up that 20 pages of magazine, okay? So more sources are better, okay? This is the type of sources that I'm telling you you have to have. You get about 1 to 6 sources where you can choose your own format. We call this a documentary focus. So in a documentary, when you watch a documentary, it presents all the information, especially if it's a debatable topic. It'll present from this side and this side. We get to see what the left thinks, what the right thinks. And then at some point, they make an argument for their perspective. Or if it's something like a social problem in our society, they talk about all of the historical evidence that builds up to this moment. And then at the end of that documentary, they provide a solution. So you need to have at least 2 documentaries as your sources. You need at least 3 online news articles, meaning like online news like the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, the New York Times. You also need 2 online articles from reputable websites, meaning like .gov, .org, .edu. And then you've got 2 online articles, just period. They just need to not be blogs. And then you have 1 to 6 sources where you get to pick the format you want them to be. They can be additional documentaries, they can be books, they can be stories. They really are up to you as long as they are revolving around your magazine topic, okay? And this goes through with you each question that you need to ask as you're reading your sources, okay? So what I would suggest for you is I would suggest copying and pasting this. I would literally just copy it, and then I would paste it on these next pages for each individual source, and then I would start answering the questions. This must be submitted to this little section on Google Classroom by the first day of school, okay? No late submissions. It must be submitted by the first day of school, okay? If you have any questions, if you're confused about anything, just send me an email, let me know. I will gladly answer you as fast as I can. Guys, I hope you have a great summer. Yeah, and I'll see you in the fall or the spring.